Monster Hunter World dropped in 2018 and took the gaming world by storm. It was the first Monster Hunter to go truly global, selling over 18 million copies and making the series a household name. It brought seamless multiplayer, gorgeous environments, and a more accessible approach to the franchise's signature monster slaying action. But now, in 2025, with Monster Hunter Wilds out, is World still worth your time? Let's break it down.
Back in 2018, Monster Hunter World was a visual masterpiece. The ancient forests, lush greenery, the wildspire wastes, sandy dunes, every map was a feast for the eyes. On PS4 Pro, Xbox One X, or a beefy PC, it looked incredible. The monster designs, from the fiery Rathalos to the massive Zora Magdaros, were packed with detail. Fast forward to 2025, and while World still looks great, it's not quite on par with the latest beams. Monster Hunter Wild, released in February 2025, ups the ante with sharper textures, better lighting, and dynamic weather like sandstorms and floods that change how you play. If you're on PC, mods can boost World's visuals, but out of the box, it's starting to show its age. Still, for a 7-year-old game, it holds up better than most.
Let's talk story. Monster Hunter World isn't here to win Oscars for narrative. You're a hunter in the new world, tracking and slaying monsters to protect the ecosystem and uncover the mystery of the Elder Dragons. The Handler and Admiral add some personality, but the story is more of a setup for epic hunts than a deep emotional journey. Compare that to Monster Hunter Wilds, which reviewers praise for a richer narrative. Wilds dives into the ecological impact of hunting and gives you more context for your actions. It's still not a storytelling masterpiece, but it's a step up. World's story does its job, it gets you pumped to hunt, but if you want more depth, Monster Wilds might be the way to go.
Combat is where Monster Hunter World shines like a freshly forged greatsword. With 14 weapon types, each with unique movesets, there's a playstyle for everyone. Love big heavy hits? Grow Greatsword. Prefer speed and combos? Dual blades are your jam. The combat is deep, rewarding, and all about learning monster patterns and exploiting weaknesses. Landing that perfect true charge slash on the stun dash and F? Pure bliss. Monster Hunter Wild builds on this with new mechanics like Focus Mode, which lets you target specific monster parts, and wounds that add strategic depth. These make Wilds feel fresher, but World's combat is still phenomenal. If you love the core Monster Hunter loop, hunt, craft, repeat, you'll be right at home here.
World's maps are a highlight. The Ancient Forest, Coral Highlands, Rotten Vale, each feels like a living ecosystem. Monsters interact with each other like a Rathian and Nethasuk blushing with an angina, and you can use the environment to your advantage, like luring a monster into a trap. It was groundbreaking in 2018. Wilds takes this further with even larger, denser maps. You might face 5 or 6 large monsters in one area with dynamic events like rainstorms, flooding regions. World's environments are still stunning and immersive, but Wilds pushes the scale and interactivity to new heights.
Monster Hunter is best with friends, and World's multiplayer is seamless. You can team up with up to 3 others to tackle quests, and the SOS flare system makes it easy to join random hunts. In 2025, the servers are still active and there's a dedicated community, especially on PC, where mods add new weapons, skins, and tweaks. That said, Wild's release might have pulled some players away. Still, World's community is alive and you won't struggle to find hunting buddies. If you're on PC, check out Nexus Mods for some awesome community content to keep things fresh.
World is packed with content. The base game has dozens of monsters, and the Iceborne expansion has even more, like the ferocious Felcana. Free updates brought fan favorites like Deviljho and Cold Teroff. The endgame is a grindfest in the best way, challenging quests, rare materials, and endless gear to craft. Wilds has its own endgame, with title updates in 2025, adding monsters like Yakshus and Geos. While Wilds might offer more long-term content with ongoing support, World still has hundreds of hours of gameplay. If you're a completionist, you'll be busy for a while.
So, is Monster Hunter World worth playing in 2025? Heck yes. It's a classic that still delivers an incredible hunting experience. Sure, Wilds has flashier graphics, a deeper story, and refined combat, but World holds its own with its massive content, tight gameplay, and active community. For new players, it's a perfect entry point, especially since it's often on sale. For veterans, it's a nostalgic trip worth revisiting. Final verdict: if you're new to Monster Hunter, start with World for its value and content. If you played it before, Wilds might be the fresher pick, but World is still a blast. That's it for today's review. If you enjoyed this, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a video. Drop a comment. What's your favorite Monster Hunter game? Team World or Team Wilds? See you next time, hunters.